money. Go get the money. Go get the money. Go!
What you do in life echoes in eternity.
You are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. What you will realize is that you have greatness within you.
It's very important that you engage in an ongoing process to develop you.
Where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
If that doesn't work, try something else. If that doesn't work, try something else. Keep going with massive action.
You are listening to Thought Food.
Hey, it's your girl Becky Kisoon. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Good morning. How are you feeling? In this episode, I'll discuss one piece of advice that was given to me by a billionaire. I was blessed with a few conversations with a billionaire. He is an Israeli-born American billionaire businessman. He built up several businesses, including logistics, art, fashion, real estate, technology, agriculture, and is best known for Moishe's moving systems and Milk Studios. Also helping create a fashion district in the meatpacking district. In my time in New York, when I would see Moishe out, as he was a mutual friend and very well known in meatpacking, I asked him one time, if you could give me one piece of advice out of all your life experiences and knowledge, what would it be? He said, enjoy the journey. He said, if I could go back, I would really enjoy every part of the process more. That struck me. Why would this man, this wealthy man, tell me that tiny bit of advice? I mean, to me, at the time, I listened intently, but I felt as though maybe there was something that could have been more important. But later on in life, I realized that in the end, money doesn't matter. Your experiences are what matter. Not the time that you spent amassing material wealth. Time keeps going and it stops for no one. You have to embrace the fullness of now. Don't make the present moment an enemy. Don't complain. You know those bumper tags that say, I'd rather be golfing right now? You have to still pursue a plan, have a direction, but while you're traveling, most of your life is the journey. You know, there's the graduation, the wedding. It only consists of one moment, but the steps that you're taking to get up to that moment, that's the most important, because that consists of most of your life. When you try to improve your situation, the fact alone that you're just trying to improve yourself, you deal with a lot of self-acceptance. When you decide that you want to do something to further yourself, you can feel a little bad about it at first. Think about a girl that's walking into a gym for the first time in a very long time. She's overweight and she sees all of these fit people. She could feel a bit bad. It's a paradox between self-acceptance and self-improvement. Just the very act of improving yourself. Fall in love with the process and appreciate your experiences for what they are. This information that I've gotten today on this topic is from many great spiritual leaders and business leaders. I have researched this subject so much in my life that I wanted to share 3 things with you all. Sometimes you are so worried to invest all of your energy into improving your situation or to changing or to implementing something new because you're worried that you won't make it, that you won't finish it to completion. You're worried that it won't sell, that no one will like it, that you ultimately will fail, that you won't even allow yourself to enjoy the process. Enjoy the journey of each day's task. And try and give your absolute best, no matter where you are in the process. Celebrate just as if you were at your goal. Appreciate that moment when you say, when I get married, when I have kids, you have all these conditions to when you will be happy, realizing that there is no past, there is no future. The only moment that exists is right now. Peyton Manning said, "Pressure is a privilege. Lighten up. Enjoy the journey. It goes by quickly." Life is all about doing your blessing work. Not working for money, but doing your blessing work. So I'm going to give you 3 keys to enjoying your journey. Number one, own your own happiness. Are you relying on your spouse, your kids, or any outside people to make you happy? You have to own your own happiness, and you have to be responsible for it by yourself. Take responsibility for doing what it is that brings joy and peace into your heart. Separate from people, from money, and from your kids, from anybody. What do you look for in other people to do to make you feel whole? Think about it. What do you complain about on a regular basis? Stop being mad about the same things all of the time. Take control over your happiness. Name the things that you look for in other people to do for you. Now make a pact to do those things yourself. You have to make sure that your relationships are intact. Number 1, with God. Number 2, with yourself. If you don't like you, then nobody else will like you. When people come into your life, they should enter into a bond and happiness that you already started. T.D. Jakes said, "You are no more than the relationships you surround yourself with, and make sure that those are good ones." Avoid people with a cyclone of drama. If they had drama going on before you, they will just bring you right into it. When you're in a moment that you do not enjoy, you can do this all the time in your daily life. Because there's some moments where we can't control what's going on. We can't control what happens with other people. We cannot control their actions. Take a deep breath. Center yourself to peace. Remember that you are a role model of peace that brings peace to others. And I can say that I practiced it very recently. I was in a situation where I couldn't control it, and I noticed that I wasn't as peaceful as I should be. I definitely got out of my element, and I decided to go into my phone and look in a meditation app that I have to try to calm myself down, because I realized that I wasn't being myself, and this was the exact affirmation that I read. I took a deep breath, I centered myself, became peaceful, and I repeated to myself as I was breathing, "Now you are a role model of peace that brings peace to others." It completely changed the dynamics of what was going on. Completely, that alone. Wanted to tell you guys about some lessons that I learned recently from listening to a TED Talk by Jen Kelsang. She's a spiritual guru. Her teacher once told her, "Our mind is like a balloon in the wind, blown here and there by external circumstances. When things are going our way, we feel happy. But when they're not, we don't feel happy. For example, if we're forced to work with a person we dislike, or something doesn't go our way, our feeling of happy, it disappears. And usually when we answer the question, did you have a good day? It's because of external reasons. Usually, let's say you went to a concert. You come back home. Your husband asks you, how was your day? It was a cool performance. I went here. I had so much fun. If our answer to the question, did you have a good day, is always because of external reasons, then we are not going to have the stable happiness that we all want. Does it make sense to you? Because if our happiness depends on external circumstances, and we can't control people, we can't control circumstances every single day, then our happiness, it will be in the hands of others, won't it? It will be at the whim of our circumstances. And if you really wish to enjoy your journey every single day, we have got to have two things we need to do. We need to stop attributing our happiness to what's going on externally, and we need to stop blaming others for our unhappiness. As long as we are making it the job of people or circumstances, or making it their fault, our happiness will be very unstable. Our second job is to actively cultivate a source of peace and happiness coming from inside our own mind. Happiness and unhappiness are states of mind, and therefore the real causes cannot be found outside the mind. If we have a peaceful state of mind, we will be happy regardless of people and circumstances. If our mind is unpeaceful or agitated, we're going to find it impossible to be happy. It's not what is happening that is making us happy or unhappy. It is how we respond to those things that determine whether we are happy or unhappy. It is what our state of mind is like that determines our happiness and our unhappiness. So, how do we cultivate the stable peace of mind that we can rely upon regardless of external circumstances? Meditation. It is the concentration of a peaceful state of mind. Number 2, challenge the way that you see how your life is supposed to be. A lot of the times we have this picture set in our minds of what our life is supposed to look like, the age that we're supposed to be when something happens, or, kids, marriage. And we have to change the way that we talk to ourselves. We have to change the way that we think about who we are and what we're going to do in our life. Our book, and you get to edit the story. Create an abundance of skills that can change your story, that will help you create your own happiness. It can be learning how to play the guitar so you can express yourself. Learning how to get along better with each other in a marriage, maybe with a life coach. So you can both make sure that you're happy and pleasing each other. Learn how to use software so that you can create that new blog that you wanted to create. Learn how to do kickboxing or karate. Learning how to use your singing voice to its fullness. Look at the story that you created about yourself that could be hindering you from fully enjoying your journey. Lastly, number 3, work-play balance. What do you really want to do with your life? Remember, life is about living your blessing to be a blessing. You cannot be a blessing to anyone if you first are not one to yourself. Have fun. Everything does not have to be about work all the time. And parents, everything doesn't have to be about disciplining all the time. There has to be balance. Searching for your balance will give you the focus to be sharp, to connect with yourself, and it gives you the ability to be focused on the present moment and truly enjoy life because you have moments to look forward to. And to add a little constructive play into your life, try integrating work with play. When you do what you love, it gives you a bit of play all the time because now you view your work much differently. Today, guys, remember to enjoy the journey. Try your best to remember every single day that this life is short. Every single moment, every single passing moment is just as important as a future moment. most recently,